Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Business Development TVTT.
All right. Hillary, the marketing mom, and Bernadette Chenley, WSI digital marketing strategist. And why are we doing these videos? We are doing these videos so that we can help you, or should I say, prevent you from making common mistakes. So we're going to continue talking about best practices. And today's topic is about SEO. Does an e-commerce website need SEO? And the big answer is yes. And today we're going to delve into why an e-commerce website or any website needs SEO still. It's not ancient. Email still makes money. SEO still gets you ranked. So you still need to do what Google wants you to do. I mean, Yahoo, Bing are not as stringent as Google, but Google does have the majority of the traffic, majority of the searches. I think it's somewhere between 50 to 60% of searches come to your website from Google. All right. Right. So anyway, Hillary's taking a break there, okay, if you didn't notice. So everyone has heard of the word SEO, search engine optimization. That's what it means, search engine optimization. And once you do anything online, you need to have a purpose and you need to be optimized for that purpose. So SEO is ranking, it's getting your page to page 1, but the good news is we no longer rank websites. We rank pages. So Google looks at individual pages of your website and they want to rank that for the search term that somebody asks Google about. Okay? So if you want to be on page 1, it's not a matter of filling up your homepage with everything. It's getting that specific page for that specific keyword to be seen on Google's page 1 when that person asks a question about what that page is talking about. Okay? So there's a difference between website and page. And then there's something called indexing. Indexing is when you tell Google that your site is a real site. It's a bit of a technical term, but yes, it does take technical things to do. All right. Now,
so what are some practical ways then for somebody with an e-commerce site then on their page? Like, what should they be doing then to start ranking?
Right. So first of all, say for instance, okay, Christmas is coming. And let's say you want to, well, you know how we do the grocery. When you go to the grocery, they have in the, right at the counter when you're checking out, you're standing up, twiddling your thumbs, waiting for your turn to check out. And if you have children with you, guess what? They want candy. So that's why they put candy at right next to the register. Okay? So and that's the psychology behind it. So it's the same kind of thing with your e-commerce website. You need to decide which product or category of products am I going to post for this month or this quarter. Preferably, as digital marketers, we prefer to think in quarters because then it helps you to plan your content. All right? Yeah. Now,
so go ahead. One question. So e-commerce people should be putting out content other than their products and services.
Yeah. So yeah, you do your advertisement because you want to bring traffic to your website. All right. But choose, as we always say, reverse engineer the process. What do you want people to do on your page? All right. So choose one page that you're going to promote this quarter. All right. Once you get them on that page, people automatically browse. Okay? And as I heard this week, when you get someone to your website, go into Zen silence. Don't go boom, 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 and cause them to like, what? All right. Okay. So that's tip number one. And it's not really to do with SEO, but yes, very much to do with SEO. Because when you do one specific task on each page, that page is going to rank.
Yes.
All right. And yes, you do need to put out content regularly, consistently, even if you have an e-commerce website, even if you have a normal website, you need to be putting out content. And as we go into today's presentation, I'll talk about what I mean by putting out content. All right. So now the first thing in when we're talking search engine optimization, SEO, we think of backlinks. So what are backlinks? Backlinks is simply your page. Remember, I'm talking about the page. Your page being linked to another site that has authority. And that when you link to that site that has authority, and that somebody from that authority site comes back to your page, you have now created a backlink.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, Hillary, I'm sure you know this answer very well. What exactly is an authority site?
Well, basically, when we think of authority sites, we think of those sites that already have a lot of traffic. All right.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are going to them on autopilot. So, like, you know how normally everybody wakes up and goes to the bathroom? Well, everybody wakes up and goes to Facebook. Or everybody wakes up and they go to Google or YouTube or Pinterest or CNN or Fox News or whatever, right? Authority sites are those sites that already have a lot of traffic, a lot of content. And it's very easy to do that. Now, we're not saying you backlink to facebook.com. We say backlink to Facebook / your page name. And it's still going to gather the authority of Facebook, right? Even though you are just backlinking now to your page on Facebook, because it's the root. Sorry, I'm getting technical. All right. I'm trying not to get technical. Because you're backlinking to the root of Facebook, then you are, by definition, backlinking to an authority site. So that's why, when you're putting out content, you see a lot of like very long, what we call them, pillar posts, right? Sorry, my brain is spazzing. You see pillar posts, and they've done a lot of research, and a lot of their research is backlinking. Well, it's their links in that post that go to
hyperlinks within the post that goes to other sites, referring the information that they have in their long pillar posts.
In their long pillar posts, right? And that is where the research comes in, right? So you have to, if you do research when you're putting out, so, and this could even be on the pages, as we're talking about with pages, you can create like a pillar post on a page that even ranks it higher, right? And you're doing these backlinks with the research that you've completed, linking outside to other pages, right? Now, the easiest thing that you could link to without even linking to other people's research are the top social sites, right? Link to Google. If you embed a Google video, I mean a YouTube video on your page, that's even like, it's going
even
over.
better. Yes.
Going over.
Yes. So to put it in layman's terms, what a backlink to a social site is, it's you putting content, you adding information, copy to a page on your site, sharing that page on your Facebook page and your Facebook profile, get people to like it. And if someone sees that post and they hop back over to your site, that's where the backlink happens, right? Because they are on that Facebook page, on your Facebook page, and they go to your website, and they read the rest of the content on your page. So like you put out teasers on your Facebook page. Now, I don't know if anybody has noticed, but Facebook is increasing and increasing their selfishness. And they have a right to do that because they're an authority site. And lots of people, like Hillary said, they get up and they go to the bathroom. People get up and they go to Facebook. All right, they want to see who's doing what, what's the best news. I know people previously used to say, I want to be able to see all the news in 5 minutes. So what do? I go to Facebook, see all the news that's happening across the world from all their friends, right? Because the friends are putting up all the major, sports, fashion, who dead, who not dead, who is a celebrity now, etc., etc.
Who died?
And of course, Jerusalem and how to do the dance. All right, it's all on Facebook. So anyway, and yes, people do shares from YouTube to Facebook. It's just natural behavior. All right, put up your video on YouTube and they share it on Facebook. So it's fine. Unfortunately, YouTube and Facebook are two different huge authorities, and they kind of want all the activity to happen on their site. All right. Now,
they fight.
So that's kind of like the sad news that Facebook is selfish, and so therefore they want everybody to stay on their site longer.
Yes.
And the good news is, if you ask nicely in your comment below, I will tell you how to get around that. But you can have to ask.
Yeah.
All right. So what are other types of backlinks? Blog frequently. Oh, and don't forget consistency. Consistency in adding content to your page. Consistency in sharing that content to Facebook and YouTube and Pinterest and Instagram. Okay? Right. So other types of backlinks is blogging frequently. Some people do it once a day because that's their skill.
Yes.
If you have on your plate lots of different things, then the minimum you should be doing is once a week. Right? If you want to get the authority, if you want to get people to see you. So when you do blogs frequently, then other people are going to notice that you're doing blogs frequently, and they're going to ask you to share their posts on your website. And yes, I do it. Random people ask me if they can put their posts on my website. And I say, yeah, sure, no problem. And we mutually agree to share each other's posts. So I put a post on their site, they put a post on my site. So that's how you create backlinks. Now, to get a little bit more specific in that, to get relevant backlinks, is you need to do a little bit more research. So you're going to search complementary, I wouldn't say competition, but complementary subcategories of your industry. So say like, for instance, somebody who makes masks, design masks, and they sew it up and they make it pretty and whatever. A complementary, subcategory of that industry is somebody who does stitching on the mask. Okay, so they're not in direct competition, but if they actually work together, they actually help each other grow. All right, so that's a complementary subcategory within your industry. You can do the research and you will find those people as well, and mutually share content on each other's website. All right, again, consistency is key and natural behavior. All right, so the next thing,
Another way that that I found very useful, and this I stumbled across it really when I was going through a blogging challenge. So if you're blogging consistently, going through blogging challenges could help with that. But when you comment on another person's blog, All right. Now there are certain parameters that you have to have in place. You need to be logged in to your WordPress account, etc. But a lot of times when you comment, some sites allow your link. So when you're commenting, they ask you to put in your name, your email address, and your website. And what happens is when you place the comment on their blog post, your most recent blog post, not your website, but your most recent blog post pops up. So it could be useful if you are blogging again about
Get
mask and you go
a
to somebody,
complimentary
a
sub niche,
complimentary a
subcategory.
complimentary
Yeah.
subcategory, you go to theirs, you make a comment, and then what it does is that comment also pops up your most recent piece of content on your website. So it's a very complimentary way of working together and getting free backlinks.
Backlinks. Yes.
Yeah.
Backlinks are important, and you need to work for it consistently and with natural behavior.
Yes.
Okay, so another way of ranking for another way of search engine optimization is what we call listing your site on, again, authority sites, on sites that accept listing. Now, some sites take certain categories of businesses, some sites do a whole range of categories of different businesses. And so what you do is when you list your site, it automatically creates a backlink to your site. All right. And you could do it for a specific service or product that you sell, or you can do it for a specific, I wouldn't say you should do it for a specific page, but you can. All right. And
Back noise.
You're not hearing me. Oh, back end noise.
Background noise.
What was that? Was that the dog? Anyway, no problem. So, how do you? Another way of ranking for moving your page towards page one. That should be your objective. Okay, not I want to be on page one, so therefore I do this, this, and this. I want to be on page one tomorrow. It's not gonna work.
Behavior. It's consistent behavior. Yeah.
Consistent, natural behavior. All right, that's going to get you up to page one. And if you don't have the time to do it, definitely hire an expert to do it. Well, how else can you do search engine optimization?
So everything on your page. Everything on your page has to support that. So your images, everything on your page must support it. So your images, your videos, and all of those things as well.
Right. Yes. So on each page, you need to decide what keyword you're going to rank for. All right. So stick with the keyword. Each page must have a specific keyword, and try not to use your company name because that's not going to be relevant to your customers. All right. Exactly. Yes, they know you. Yes, they trust you, but they're not going to search necessarily. Some people do search for your name in the company, but not necessarily. Okay. The best practice for search engine optimization is to rank for keywords, specific keywords. So where should you put your keywords? The image. Uh-oh, my battery is dying. Sorry.
Definitely on the image. So, sometimes when you're creating your images, or if you've grabbed images from somewhere completely legally, you have to
do not steal images and not give credit.
Yes. So your images, yes, they are to be keyworded. So you can save a file name, and I've seen this so many times where when you click on somebody's image, you see this long digital number, and you're just like, okay, that was a waste of an asset on your page.
Yeah. You definitely, even if you buy the image, even if you legally own it because you bought the image from a company that sells stock images, you definitely need to save it on your computer with the keyword and then upload it to your page. Right? That's a very key SEO
Yeah.
task or
And
best
very,
practice that you should do.
yeah.
So
And
your image,
it's very,
sorry,
it's very
very
simple to do.
yes. So the image has to have the keyword that you want to rank for, the title and the description of of the page, of the content on that page needs to have the keywords that you want to rank for. The meta description on your page needs to have the keyword that you want to rank for. And the content needs to have the keyword repeated within your content naturally.
Actually, yes. Because sometimes you can get negative SEO points if you are too dense with your keyword.
Well, if Google, I think it was the big penguin update a couple of years ago, that did the work where they gave the negative keyword rank if they recognize that you were stuffing your content with the keyword that you want to rank for, but the content doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? The content has to be put out in a specific way that it makes sense.
Makes sense, yeah.
So yes, in a sense, Google did an update that can actually maybe read or make sense of your sentences. You know, because some people actually used to take one sentence and load that sentence up with different variations of the word, and the sentence made no sense.
No sense.
Okay, one word doesn't relate to the next. So it's almost like when you, predictive texting.
Yes.
And you have it in Word now, you have it in your WhatsApp now, you have it in Google Docs, where they actually predict the word. In Gmail, it's also there. So they can predict what should come next based on what you just wrote.
Yes.
So when Google spider bots scrolling your page that you just requested a backlink for, they're going to look at it and it's like, negative, you know. So consistently be natural. Okay.
Yes.
All right. And bonus tip here, it's that, and Hillary kind of mentioned it above. She always gives away my bonuses, you know.
Sorry.
No, it's you. Bonus tip here is that videos also rank. Okay, so create videos like this. If you want to know how to create great content on your video, if you want to create animation video, there are lots of little tools and apps and software packages out there. But really, you need to, the content, the actual words that you're going to put on that video is key. It's really not the price and the cost of the software and how easy it is to use it. It's the content that you're going to put on that video is going to make the better, make the difference, that you can actually make money from the video that you've painstakingly made. All right. So yes, creating content just like this, where you're helping people to do what they're doing on their own, helping them to do it better, helping them to solve their problem. If somebody has bought, let's say, for instance, you're a sports store and someone has bought weights, dumbbells or barbells or whatever, then you want to have a complimentary one or two, weightlifting trainers work with you and create videos, share it on your, on your website, and that's an easy way of getting ranked on Google.
Yeah.
All right.
That's similar to your knife example, where the company was selling knives.
Yes.
I think it was I don't know, but the company was selling knives, and really expensive knives. And what did they do? They put out a YouTube channel on what are the fun things that you could do with knives, and let's see if the knife could cut. Right. Let's see if the knife could cut this plastic thing, or let's see what the knife could do. And I mean, they had a lot of fun content, but it was relevant, and it was a very easy way to help. So, I mean, yeah, definitely don't just think about content. Oh, this is what my product is. This is what you can do.
Yeah, you don't
That's
want to
how
make it
you make it boring.
boring. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's so much stuff out there that you need to be creative when you're writing content. All right.
One thing that even with the video, so a lot of people they miss now, and I think now more importantly is the voice recognition aspect of SEO. So apart from just like in your image, you want to on your page, you want to make sure that your image has a keyword, your title has a keyword, all of those things. In your video, you also want to speak or have that keyword said, and also the same thing, the title,
Same
SEO
percentage type.
description. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm. And particularly at the beginning, because that's all the spider bots have time for.
Or you'd be amazed how fast those things go. But yes, you're very correct. You're very correct.
But you
Especially
want
at the
to have
beginning.
this in the beginning, especially in the beginning, but make sure it's sprinkled through your video.
Yes. Yes, Google wants to know that you know your content inside and out. They want to know that you are nice to your customers. They want to know that your audience is interactive with you. So if you have a page that is actually doing very well and your bounce rate is pretty low and your visitors are coming back again and again to watch that page, to view that page, then put more of that page, of that type of content up. All right. So that's telling you that they want more information on that specific topic. Another way of ranking for the keywords that you want to be ranked for, that you your services and your products, is social posts. You can rank for social posts as well. Of course, it has to be call it, highly viewed within 1 hour on Facebook. I mean, there are lots of algorithms. To me, I don't pay attention to that. Once you are consistently behaving naturally, it can happen for you. All right? All right.
You
So,
didn't get that message.
in case you didn't get that message,
SEO is a lot about being natural, but being intentionally natural.
yes.
I'd say that. I'll put that there.
Good. Intentionally not, yes, on purpose, intentionally natural.
Yeah.
And so what we're going to be doing until we get bored or until we have something that's going to be a lot nicer to give you, we are inviting you to submit your website page, preferably not your whole website, because there's no way we can do your whole website. Submit one page that you want us to analyze, and we can showcase you and analyze it on our next video.
Yes.
All right. So connect with Hillary or myself and share of course, have a conversation with us, and we'll tell you, yes, we're going to analyze that page on our video. And it really doesn't matter what the content is that we're going to be putting out, but that's what we're going to be doing for you to help you to get better results for your Christmas. Christmas is coming, and we want you to be able to sell. And before we go, I want to tell you the good news also. More good news, all right?
You see?
I have been doing some research and noticed that in Trinidad and Tobago, it's happening where in the same industry, 2-3 different people I'm not observing everybody within the industry. There is always one person who is doing exceptionally well, getting lots of sales since March, and there's one person who's closing down branches. What's the difference? The reason why that's good news is because if you listen to our videos, if you do what we're telling you to do, you're going to be the person that's going to be open and selling well. That's it for now.
Have a great day, everybody. See you next week.